In my last video, I showed how beautiful dashboards in Home Assistant can be. And don't get me wrong, UI matters. But a dashboard doesn't stop pipes from freezing. A card doesn't save a pump. And a pretty forecast graph won't prevent damage. Automation does. Today I want to show you how weather in Home Assistant stops being something you look at and becomes something your house actually reacts to. Not for comfort, not for vibes, but for protection. This is weather that actually means something. And we'll be starting in a couple of seconds. Home Assistant already gives you great weather cards, and I also showed you a bunch of them from Hacks. We have forecasts, temperature, graphs, rain probability, wind, all of it. But that's just observability. A smart home becomes smart only when it starts making decisions. For me, weather data is not decoration, it's a signal, and that signal is used to prepare the house, sometimes days in advance, for things that could actually break. Most automations react to what's happening now. That's already too late. I care much more about what's coming. If the forecast says temperature will drop below zero tonight, and I don't want to wait until it happens. The house prepares in advance, and if the house can't solve something on its own, it warns me early, not a panic alert, just a heads up that something needs attention. This is where the things get serious. I separate weather automations in two levels. First, we have notice. That's when we are approaching a critical temperature. The system gently warns me. No alarms, no emergency actions. Just, hey, pay attention. Then we also have emergency. That's when the forecast shows prolonged freezing, and there is still water in the system. Now we act. And I never trust a single signal. Weather forecast alone is not enough. I also verify it with real sensors, outside temperature sensors, power monitoring on the pump, or even state of devices. Everything has to agree before the system escalates. Sometimes the smartest thing a smart home can do is say stop. If freezing conditions are confirmed, Home Assistant actively protects the system. It cuts power to the water pump. It prevents pressure-based activation. It stops the system from damaging itself. This is not about convenience. This is about avoiding broken pipes, leaks and also expensive repairs. And yes, this means trusting automation to take control away from you. This is a good thing. And this is something that smart home should be able to do. Protection doesn't always mean turning things on and off. Sometimes it means using what you already have. Blinds are a perfect example. In winter, during the day, blinds open to let sunlight naturally heat the house. At night, they close to reduce heat loss. In summer, it's the opposite. This is weather-driven, passive protection. No HVAC logic, just smart timing. The cheapest energy is the one you never need to produce. This is where I draw a very clear line. Comfort automation is about people. Protection automation is about the house. Those two don't always react the same thing. The rainwater tank is outside. If outside temperature becomes critically low, this is about draining water, stopping pumps, preventing ice damage, and inside house it's different. Inside my goal is not comfort, it's survival. I'm not trying to keep the house warm. I'm trying to keep pipes inside the walls from freezing. That's why interior temperature protection is the last line of defense. If indoor temperature drops towards zero, Home Assistant briefly enables heating, just enough to push temperature back to safe range. Not comfort heating, this is freeze protection heating. And this is where the sensors matter. This house has 22 dedicated Zigbee temperature sensors. Yes, one in every room, floor, corridor, or wherever I can put it. This might sound excessive, but it teaches you something dashboards will never do. You learn how outside temperature, sun, snow, and the wind actually affect the inside of your home. You learn about insulation, thermal inertia, where heat is lost first, and once you understand that, your automations stop being guesses and start being informed decisions. This is not a HVAC tutorial. I already covered a bunch of them deeply. This is not about fancy cards, and it's not about chasing perfect comfort. This one is about resilience and smart home that survives winter without babysitting. Yes, that's important. Whether it actually means something is not about knowing the temperature, it's about knowing what to do before it becomes a problem. If your house can fix it, that's great. If it can't, it should warn you early enough. There's the difference between a smart home and expensive dashboards. All automations shown here will be published on my GitHub repository, ready to adapt to your own setup, of course, as always free of charge. If this video was useful, hit like, subscribe for more real-world Home Assistant content. And of course, I want to say thanks to all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you all for all of your support. But let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, shared, liked or commented on my videos. Thank you. If you too want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button down below and becoming a YouTube channel member for only €2 or $2 per month. Or you can send me super thanks and I will be super thankful for that. Last but not least, you can always visit my merch store and get something there. I will be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.